So I did not find a torque spec for these bolts. Since this is a aluminum head and we're using stainless steel hardware for bolts, it should be standard torque spec for aluminum head would be like 20 foot-pounds, so I got it in that range. I did use red Loctite on these bolts so it doesn't come out. And everything else tightened down, copper washer. But yeah, this tube. I just got back from work and this motor is super hot, so I'm gonna wait a little bit and tear everything down. I guess I'll go through on what needs to be taken apart to get the turbo on and the top mount. So pretty much I am going to start with, I'm gonna start with this clamp, clamp down there, remove this hose, that bolt, and that bolt, and that will remove the top mount. So top mount's off. So next step would be, I'm going to take this bracket off that holds the top mount on the left side. There's two bolts there. And then the wastegate line needs to come off. And the line that goes to the turbo needs to come off. I'm going to tape it, like how you can see how I have it here. Just make sure you tape it and write wastegate on there, and then tape the other one, and then, you know, write turbo, so you don't get those two lines mixed up. And there's a coolant line right here that goes up to the reservoir. There shouldn't be a lot of coolant that spills out. If there is, you know, just take a socket extension and shove it up there. What else? Then the inlet intake inlet is right here. That needs to come off. Then the oil feed right there, that needs to come off. This is a hard line one, so just be careful. You have to bend it out of the way. I also have copper gasket for that, and I'm going to be replacing that. What else? There is another coolant line. This hose, same thing. If you spill or try to find a socket extension, just shove it in there and it will hold for a while. Then after that, there's total of 5 nuts and 2 bolts, I believe. Show you on a turbo. So this will be the top side, 2 bolts, and then nut here, and then you have to go underneath the car for that nut. And then after that, there's the turbo return. Whatever you guys have, I currently have a worm clamp that's attached to the rubber hose, so I gotta remove that. part about a lifted Subaru, at least for me, is I can get underneath of here without using a jack. So there's a bolt, at least on my car, that holds the exhaust up. We gotta remove that. Just want to show you guys where that other bolt that holds the turbo and that the turbo return line. So if you look right there, that's the other bolt. I've seen videos of people that are able to remove it from top. I've had no luck, so I always have to be underneath the car to remove that. And then the return line. Oops, sorry. There's a worm clamp right there. So if you guys never been underneath your turbocharged Subaru, this is what it looks like from the turbo. There you go, there's a better view. Yeah, I did leak a little coolant, so it is wet down here. But yeah, I have a worm clamp there, and then the regular, I don't know what you call it, but another clamp there. Just gonna remove that, remove those two, and then go back up and remove the oil line, oil feed line, and then gently yank out the downpipe. The up pipe. So there's one right there. There's a one right there. Hopefully you guys can see this. And then there's one right there. Don't confuse. Let me put this down real quick. I know you see two, but the one you want to remove is right here. I'm about to put this turbo on, but the first thing we have to do is prime the turbo. This is a fresh core. I'm sure Miele put oil in it, but you never know how long this core was sitting. So I need to prime it. I'm gonna manually prime it. So ideally, all you want to do is just put oil into the feed. A syringe would probably work the best, but I don't have a syringe, and this is the best I can do as of right now. This is oil, 10W30. Just pour in the feed and then play with the turbine and watch the oil come out from the return. So once I do this for a couple minutes, install it. but my dumbass had to take the exhaust out because of this fucking flathead that I dropped into the downpipe. Back in and start the car. Check for leaks. So it doesn't say on a break-in period, but I'm gonna do a 500-mile break-in period. So 500 miles with no boost.